Hi, it's Anne. I've got this sweet little mold with a deer and a squirrel and a jumping rabbit or hare. I've got my glue gun. I'm going to fill this mold with my glue gun. I've got enough of my glue sticks in it to go along. I've got a scissor to trim away the excess. I've got a video how you do this if you would like to watch that. For now I'm just going to fast forward it, or maybe do it off camera, because I don't want to bore you with this. You can fill it with your airdry clay as well. This is just quicker and easier because the airdry clay has to dry first before you can use it. So I'm just gonna start filling my mold, and as I said, I'm not gonna bore you with this. You can see it started to get cloudy, so I'm going to take it out of my mold now. So you can just take it from one side, just open that areas where the thin pieces are, and then you can just take it out, and there you have it. Now you can just take your scissor, take all these spider webs away, and you can cut all these pieces. You can see there that's maybe went over the mold, that I filled it up too much. You can just cut it away and your mold is nice and clean. Just gonna paint this wooden blank I made. If you want to see how I made this, you can just check in my videos. I'm just gonna take a little bit of black with my white, and I'm just going to give this a wash. Then I'm going to quickly let it dry, and then I'll come back and I'll do my next layers on top. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of white on top of this to give it a little bit of a distressed look. And then I'm going to do a checker or diamond pattern on top of this, and I'm going to use my texture paste with a little bit of black into that. Okay, I didn't put too much black into my paste. You can see it's a light gray, but it's alright. As soon as it's dry, I will put a little bit of black on top of this. So I'm just going to pick it up on my palette knife, put it 45 degrees, and just go over this. Just be careful if you've got loose bits like that you don't damage your stencil. I'm just patting it lightly because I want a little bit of texture. And then I'm just going to lift up my stencil and just take off the excess. You can see how it's not very stiff. That's because I put the black in. You can also, if you mix it into your paste, texture paste or modeling paste or whatever you use, you can maybe just leave it for a while to dry, because the acrylic thins it a little bit. So now I'm just going to leave this quickly to dry, and then I'll put my hair on, and then I will see what I'm going to do next. Okay, I decided to paint the hair black and then I'm going to highlight it with maybe make it a lot of gold. So if it doesn't work, I will do something else. You can paint this if the hair is glued onto your mold also, but while I'm waiting for the mold to dry, well, it's not my mold, sorry. While I'm waiting for my stencil modeling paste to dry, I decided I'm just going to paint this while I'm waiting, and then I can just glue it on top. So sometimes you see me glue it on, and sometimes you will see me paint it beforehand before gluing. It's actually a lot easier to do it before you stick it onto your mold. Okay, now it can just quickly dry, and then we'll put the gold on. Okay, I've got this nice bright gold here. I'm just going to see what it's going to do. If I don't like it, I will maybe just cover it with another color. Just want to put a little bit on the sides as well. And then I'm going to quickly darken this grey diamonds. Okay, I'm just taking a little bit of black on my finger and just dabbing it a little bit. And I just want to touch some of these areas with the black. I'm not going to cover the whole thing. If I go a little bit over, I'm not going to stress about that. I'm just going to put a little bit around my edges. Okay, there's a lot of gold there, but I didn't plan it, but I actually like it, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more on certain areas and make it very blingy. If that's a word, I'm not sure. So now it just needs to be glued down there. You can use your Gorilla Wick glue, or you can use a contact adhesive, and if you really like, you can make 2 holes there and hang it. I'm going to use it for something else, so I'm not going to make holes for now. Maybe I'll change my mind. But I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, I will definitely see you next time. And remember, you don't always have to have a lot of stuff to make something. I just had this mold. This is popsicle sticks and a little bit of craft paint and a glue gun. You can use your air dry clay. You can even use your plaster of Paris on this. It works very, very nice. In the beginning, I did a lot of Paris of plaster molds, and then I started to use the air dry clay. The air dry clay it's wonderful. You can actually mold it while it's wet onto something. The only drawback is you have to wait a day or two before you can paint on top of this. Where this is, you can unmold this within 5 minutes, maybe shorter or longer. It depends on how deep the mold is, and you can use it immediately. So I'm just going to stick that down there, and I'm happy, and I will see you next time. Have a blessed day.